Hi cupcakes! Today I'm going to show you how to make mini caramel apples. Remember to like this video, subscribe, and let's get started. You're going to need some craft caramels. Any caramels will do, but I like these because they're very easy to melt. You're going to need some apples, an apple peeler, a melon baller, some popsicle sticks, some mini cupcake liners, a spatula, and you're going to need 2 tablespoons of water and a double boiler. I'll show you what I use because I myself don't have a double boiler. So we're going to start out by peeling our apples. So I'm going to go ahead and take the bigger side of the melon baller, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out little circles or little balls from the apples. I was able to get around 5 or 6 of these pieces per apple, and my apples were about medium sized. So I'm going to take my lollipop sticks and I'm going to stick those right into the center of those pieces. So if you have a double boiler to melt the caramel, then use that. If you don't, then what you need is a little pot, like a little saucepan like this, and a smaller saucepan that will fit nice and snug inside the bigger one. I'm going to turn the heat on to a medium to high heat, and I'm going to fill up my bigger saucepan with water, making sure that the water does not touch the smaller saucepan when I put it inside. So when I lift it up, you'll be able to see that no water is dripping because the water doesn't touch. If it does touch a little bit, then that's okay, but usually they recommend for it not to touch. So now I'm going to leave the water to boil, and while it's boiling, we are going to unwrap the caramels. The ones that I got are individually wrapped, but that's totally okay. I'm just going to unwrap all of them, and then I'm going to put them into the smaller saucepan. I'm going to go ahead and then add the 2 tablespoons of water. So now my water is boiling. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat, and I'm going to put my smaller saucepan right inside. With a spatula, I'm going to go ahead and start moving those around. I found that my spatula was a little flimsy, so I switched over to a more sturdier spatula. So I'm going to start moving them around. If you find it hard to melt them, if they're not melting, you can go ahead and turn the heat back up to medium, and that should get it going. Be very patient with this. It does take a little bit to completely melt them. It's gonna look like gunk at first, but be patient, keep stirring, and it will eventually turn into a nice liquid caramel just like this. So once all the caramel is melted, I'm going to take it off of that bigger saucepan with the boiling water, and I'm going to leave it on my stove. No heat is turned on. I'm just going to leave it there to cool down, making sure to stir. Even though it's cooling down, you want to make sure to stir it once in a while. I'm going to grab a napkin and I'm going to dab my apples. We want there to be the least amount of liquid or apple juice in them as possible. This is going to make dipping a lot easier. My cupcake liners are all ready to go, as well as my apples, and you can see here that my caramel has thickened up. You can actually let the caramel cool more than this. It's going to make dipping so much easier. When you're ready to dip, you just take your apple, and with a spatula, you want to drizzle the caramel over. If you want to, you can dip the apple straight into the caramel, but I prefer this way just to keep the caramel clean. Once your apple is dipped, you can put anything on these. You can put nuts, sprinkles, anything really. I'm just going to keep mine plain, so I'm just going to put it straight into the cupcake liner, and these are best served right away. If you do want to keep these for later, I would recommend to put them in the freezer. It's going to help a lot. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. If you try these, tag me in your pictures and use the hashtag Paola Julissa. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!